Okay, hi, hello. My name's Devaraj, and this is the third in a series of kind of ad hoc talks that I'm doing on concepts from social therapy, stuff I learned in my own therapeutic journey, and stuff that I now teach in workshops and one-to-one sessions. And this one is called Fear, Anger, Pain, Love. I learned about this stuff from Varesh, head of the Humaniversity in Holland, now sadly passed away, a great man, and that's who I learned this stuff from. The basic idea is that there are two types of people. And those of you may think, oh my God, I don't want to be put in a little box like there's only two types of people. Relax for a moment, it's okay. It's just for a brief period, and it's just useful sometimes to look this way. It can really show us a lot of stuff about how we relate, how we connect with other people, how we go about trying to get our needs met. Type number one looks like this. Let's check if you can see it. I think you can see it. And essentially this is a person, this position we call yes. These diagrams are kind of like tree trunks. The basic concept is that at your core, there's love here, and then there are layers of other emotions or energetic states around it. This is a type 1 person, yes person. The core is love, that is our natural core, it's who we actually are on a deeper level. Outside that is a layer of pain, where love was not really given or received in our early years. Outside that is a layer of anger, which naturally accrues when there is this pain under there, and outside that is a layer of fear. This type of person classically likes to say yes, they don't want to feel anger, they like to go with the flow, they don't want to be too confrontational. They generally say yes in a situation and then maybe later on think, oh, was it really such a good idea? Is it really working for me? Sometimes layers of resentment can build up, this kind of thing. So this is the yes person. And of course, contrasting, we have, just see if you can see it. Hopefully you can see that okay. The no person was more my background growing up. Once again, there's a layer of love, or this core of love rather, and a layer of pain on the outside of that, where the love hasn't really been received or it hasn't been given. Maybe there were conditions that your parents or other caregivers set you in order for you to receive love, whereas you needed to receive it just without conditions. Over that is a layer of fear, and over that a layer of anger. And this kind of person presents kind of an angry front to the world. They are charged, a little bit like Basil Fawlty or Nora Batty, if you are in Britain and in my age group, you remember these kind of characters. Someone who's a bit charged and manic. They radiate an energy, a little bit of don't come too close to me. And essentially these guys are happy with showing at least the surface layer of anger, but they're afraid to feel pain. They're afraid to be vulnerable. They tend to want a lot of control over their life situation. People coming too close to them is scary. They need to keep them pushed away a little bit, keep them pushed to the background to feel like they've got control. So these are the two types of people that we're talking about, the yes sayers and the no sayers. And I'm just going to now consider a little bit what happens in these guys in relationships. Because if you imagine two, for example, no sayers, you know, they might start to embark upon some kind of a relationship, but essentially they're both very defensive. You know, it is hard for there to be much chemistry there in a relationship, in a love relationship, I mean, especially because, you know, as soon as there's a slight wound or the vulnerability inside starts to come up in either of them, they will push the other away. You know, it'll be like, no, I'm out of here. I don't agree with what's going on here. I'm getting out of this relationship. And the other will be like, but no, fuck you. I'm leaving first. You know, I'm out of here. Really, this is enough. You know, I've protected myself from this bad person, you know, and later on they will probably commiserate and share with friends how good it was that they escaped from this bad person or whatever. But anyway, they're not really having a relationship. And likewise, if you have two people from this category, the yes people, it's not easy for these guys to get in a relationship with each other because their basic position is they don't want to confront and they want to please the other person, which is not easy if it's like a, hey, darling, what should we do tonight? Oh, I don't mind, babe. What do you want to do? No, but what do you want to do? Well, I want to do what you want to do. It goes around like this. It's not really working because neither of them have much clue of what they themselves really want. They are more focused on pleasing someone else and avoiding any form of confrontation. So, of course, these guys tend to separate. And you don't need to be Einstein to work out what tends to happen, and that is that let's see if I can get this to actually show in the screen. These guys are attracted together. The default position yes tends to be attracted to the default position no. And then from there, they create a relationship. Usually it's called a bit of a codependent relationship in therapy. Some schools of therapy call it that. But essentially it's a relationship where you're interacting through this means one is like a bit of a doormat and will just say yes to things and try and usually get the no person to be more loving, to open up. Possibly it reminds them of someone from their childhood. And the no position wants control and is happy with the yes person, but has difficulty really feeling what's going on inside. And these relationships, most human relationships probably fall a bit in this category. If I look at myself, I can see very clearly many times I was in the no. Occasionally later on I'll be more in the yes side just to experiment. The no side does get a bit boring, all the control that we need. And sometimes it's good to be in the yes side. And if you look back in your relationship history, you will probably find something similar going on. It's very, very useful. So having revealed all of this, and perhaps you think, well, I am a bit in one of these sides. What do we do about it is the question. And I'm running workshops. Many people in therapy will run workshops looking at how to get past these kind of barriers. Essentially, for this no person, who is a bit the dominator, you would call them psychologically, they need to be able to really fully express anger. Angry people tend to move around a bit angry. They radiate a bit of anger, but they're not really fully expressing anger. When they fully express anger, then what happens is the fear level around pain tends to diminish. When the anger is fully expressed, then basically the pain comes closer and they feel more okay to express it. But when the anger is on the surface, when it's held in this kind of limbo state, then you just have this rather aggressive, angry way of moving and of keeping people at a distance, but nothing is really dynamic in your personality. There's not a flow from the inside out. So those guys can express anger, and then at some point, when they fully express anger, really let it out in the group room. When they fully express anger, they feel more open. They feel more open, and the pain can come up and they feel more okay to feel it and to show it, to share it. And the yes people, whoops, got them the wrong way around there. These guys find it very hard to take a position. They're a bit more like doormats. And so for these guys, again, expressing emotions is very useful. They're afraid to express anger. They're afraid to express anger because they just feel like it's not okay. But if they express anger, they won't get their needs met. This is the crux of it. That's how they've become socially conditioned in adolescence or early childhood. It's not okay to show and really experience anger. And when they do, when they can get over that fear in a group room context or some kind of safely held space, then again, the pain is not a big problem for them. And they for both of these people, they feel love at the end. Essentially, they feel love. And this is the crux of the whole thing. They become more loving personalities. Okay, so this has been quite a long discussion for my little Facebook and website thing. If you're interested in more of what I'm doing, you can check out devaraj.org.uk. Okay, thank you very much for listening, and bye for now.